everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today I'm starting a new weekly reading vlog, which I am going to make the best attempt to become the better vlogger that I know I can be, because last week's vlog was a little bit lacking, shall we say. But I did include some clips from my, well, I did include the first two parts of my Vlogmas series. So in case you weren't aware, I am posting every single day up until Christmas Day a short or a reel. Well, I'm posting both of them, but on whichever platform you watch, I'm posting a short and a reel, I should say, doing mini Vlogmas. So these are just snippets of my day that I do voiceovers of. And now that I have been to London and I have done that for a weekend, I feel as though the content might be lacking now. But I have some more fun things planned for later in December, so hopefully that content will be interesting. But I kind of just need to keep an eye on the content for the rest of this week and next week, because I haven't got a lot on. I'm going to work and I don't do this as a full-time job, so I can't do all of the fun things that other people do during Vlogmas. But you know, I need to go shopping to get some final things for like Christmas and stuff. What else can I do? I don't really know. I'm sure I can find something. Otherwise it's just going to be Vlogmas content of books I'm reading, which should also be something. But anyways, welcome to the vlog. For this week, so actually no, backtrack a little bit. You see, we're going to be chattier this week. My plan for this week is that I want to start crossing off some of the books that I have got on my currently reading list that have been on there for ages. I think I'm currently sat at 24. Some of them I think are just late ones, like things that I've forgotten to mark off. I think there's a couple of Spiff by 9 books on there that I've forgotten to mark off as completed, so I'll just go through and mark them off as completed. But I'm going to pick a couple of books in this vlog at the start that I want to finish. I've got one audiobook, so I will be finishing that hopefully this week, and then I'll start a new audiobook. But I think it's my Borrow Box one. I don't think it's the one that I've already started reading. I'm loading. No, I don't. So it's One for My Enemy. That's the one that I've currently got on my Borrow Box, which is by Olivia Blake, which isn't actually the one that I'm currently reading physically, which is on my already currently reading. But anyways, we're going to cross it off of our TBR in general. That's going to be good fun. And then on the 26th of December, actually, Swordcatcher comes out, so that's good fun for me. But plans for finishing this week. So this week, have I got? Oh, it's up there. I can't be bothered. When I finish it, I'll hold it up. I want to finish The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. I've got just under 3 hours left, so that is to work and back, and maybe to work and back again, maybe. So we'll see if I do that in my commute time. It is really, really heating up. I'm really enjoying it. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I am. I don't even know what to say. I'm really enjoying it. It's a really good read. Currently where I'm at, we have got the plot picking up. We have uncovered a plot essentially, and our main character, bless her, she's learning a lot, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm enjoying the fact that this book is written from a point in the future, and she's reflecting on what has happened to her in the past, and there's like little bits about her saying things like, oh, I wish I'd embraced these stolen moments more, or looking back on this is how I actually did feel. It wasn't as black and white or as strong an emotion. And I'm really enjoying that kind of reflection, because, you know, we've all been there now. I've been around for a while. I'm feeling creaky and old, so I also can reflect back on things and go, actually, I wasn't as invested there, or that wasn't as strong a reaction that was needed for that. So it's really cool to read. Also, it's really cool to read from a female point of view, so I'm enjoying that. But other things to cross off my list this week. So first off, Ruins of Smoke. So this is a Sphinx entry, which is the short novella competition that I am judging in. I have already started this, so I want to finish this, and I want to read a couple more out of my batch, which will be on my Kindle. I won't talk about them really in this vlog at all, if I'm honest. I will talk about this because I was also sent this by the author, so I want to include this here, but I will also do a Sphinx video, or maybe I'll write something, I'm not too sure, later on, or I might wait until we do more Sphinx finalist content, because we have been given a batch of books, and then we are meant to also put forward a book for our whole group to read, and then from them we put forward that to become a finalist. So either I will wait until we're further in the competition, or I will do a video, but it won't be until the new year because 2023 is already packed, but this I will talk about in this video. What else did I want to finish? Oh, I've also got combat codes still. I really fell behind on my reviews, but I have been very kindly sent the second book in this series to read and review, and it comes out on the 7th, and I have been like given a month essentially. They said to have reviews up within the month, so I want to finish this so that I can get straight on into that, and then after that, maybe next week we'll look at concentrating on The Bitter Crown. But that is where we're at. We have got 3 books plus Justice to finish. That is the aim, and that'll cross some books off my list, and then we're going to go from there. I am going to sit up here and I'm going to read, and I am going to be productive. I've already uploaded my vlog from last week that is going up today as I'm filming this, but not as you're watching this. It wasn't my best vlog, I will say, but I'm still glad I uploaded it. And then I have also filmed and uploaded my Clear Your Shit check-in, which is essentially a November wrap-up of 2 books, and then my plans for December as well. So make sure you go and check that out. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll link it up here for you. Go and check that out for me, show it some love. But yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of today, if I'm honest. I don't really have anything else to update you. I do want to become better at vlogging. For the next 2 days I'm definitely in the office. I don't know if I'm working from home this Thursday or not. I definitely won't be next week because next week is our Christmas party, so I'll be going into the office next week, but I'm not sure if we're doing 3 days in the office or we're just going to move some days around or what's happening, so hopefully I will know more then. But I also know that I didn't get a chance, because today was very, very busy. I didn't get a chance to film any of my countdown to Christmas content that I wanted to film today. So, and also it's gone really, really dark, so I don't want to film with this lovely light, but I don't think the light's going to get any better. So I think today what we're going to do is we're going to read, and then on Thursday, hopefully at lunchtime on Thursday, I will be able to film some content and do the same on Friday. This weekend as well, I've got no plans, so I will also use that to film, but I also want to make sure that I'm getting out there and doing, you know, something different, because I'm going to be daily vlogging and we kind of want our life to be a little bit more interesting than it currently is. So we'll look at that really, but otherwise that is everything for now. I'm not going to come back again today. I'm hoping over the weekend to come back a few times and actually talk to you and have updates, because I want to do some serious reading this weekend. But otherwise, yeah, this will be it for today. Tomorrow we'll talk to you probably once, same on Wednesday. And I'm hoping by the end of day Wednesday we'll have the update that we'll have finished at least Justice of Kings. So we're going with that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that is everything for now. I'm going to go and crack on, because if I carry on talking here, then I'm never going to get any reading done before Jack comes home, and I want to get some reading done. So I'm going to leave this here, and I'll come back and I'll talk to you tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have some updates. I'll see you then. Hello everyone, and happy Thursday. So I'm pretty sure I've vlogged once today. Today? No, this week. So I'm a little bit behind, but I think that's just because trying to do the daily stuff and do this, and I'm starting to pre-film for Christmas, is a lot for my little brain to handle, and I'm still trying to read, so you know, the joy of life. So let's go with finished and then currently reading. So I finished The Justice of Kings yesterday. Was it yesterday? I finished it either way. 5 stars. 5 stars. I haven't actually spoken about this much because I've been listening to it as an audiobook, so I kind of forget when I read things on my Kindle and when I read things audibly, because I don't physically have the book in front of me, I do have a tendency to forget to talk about them. But I finished. This was 5 stars. This is amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. And I don't give 5 stars out that much, but to the point where I actually started to pick up the sequel straight away for this. But I've put it down and I haven't marked it as currently reading, and I will come back to it in the new year because I've got so many other things that I want to read. I've got so many other things that I need to finish. But it's been the longest time since I've just wanted to pick up the next book in a series and carry on right there in that minute that I got home. So that's good. I really enjoy that feeling. That is a good feeling. So this is it's a mystery, really, set in a fantasy world where our main character is the clerk to a justice, and a justice is basically judge, juror and executioner in this place, and they have powers that they have. And the one thing that is mentioned constantly throughout this book is the Emperor's voice, which is basically like a really powerful voice, which when you're not trained with how to deal with it, makes you confess to whatever you have done, which is a really interesting concept. And there's a couple of other things as well that justices can do. So our main character is the clerk, and she's called Helena, and you can tell how much this book has sunk in with me because I remembered the name. And she is writing this account from where she is now. So now she's an old woman and she's reflecting back, and I really enjoyed that. I am enjoying the idea of that reflection, and after reading the first couple of pages of the next book, it still carries on in the next book, which I really enjoy because, I don't know, I just didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, and I've really enjoyed it. 5 stars, 100% loved this book. Cannot wait to get to the second one now. And if I'm completely honest, I have added the 3rd book into my cart because I didn't realise that it was coming out next year. So I have got that in my Waterstones cart ready to go, which I'm a bit gutted about, because if I'd have known that I was going to enjoy this as much, I could have added it to my Black Friday cart and got triple points on it, because that order was over £100 anyways, but I could have added it to that cart, but I didn't. So I really enjoyed this, and I can't wait to carry on with this. So things that I am now reading, I literally had it in front of me and I've put it down behind you. So my library allocation for this came up, which is One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I believe this is a standalone. This is the Waterstones special edition. For some reason the top and the bottom look pink, but oh no, maybe it's just the light, I don't know. Either way, so this is a book about 2 warring witch families, and it's basically following like a Romeo and Juliet style, even to the fact, me trying to throw it around, even to the fact of each of the chapters are not called chapters, they are Act 1, Scene 7, and it's I will say the audiobook version of that is a little bit irritating, whereas if I was reading it physically I could obviously skim over that, but in an audiobook they actively say these things in your ears. But we are following multiple POVs actually in this, so I've only just started it, I'm not that far in at all. But you've got the Antova sisters, and then you've got the, what are they? The Fedorov brothers, that's it. And it's basically like drug trade, essentially. It throws you right into some action at the start, not action as in like knife fights and war, but it does throw you into some action right at the start to kind of set the precedent of the rivalry between the 2 families. There's obviously going to be a Romeo and a Juliet mingling further in, so I'm looking forward to this. I am enjoying the audiobook actually. I'm pretty sure it's a narrator that I recognise, but I'm not sure how long it'll take me to read this. I've just been reading this in my car. I've only gone on one journey home, so you know, getting there. The other thing I'm actively concentrating on is combat codes, because I slacked ages ago, which I think I mentioned already. I don't know if I mentioned it in this vlog or not, but basically I've set myself the challenge to try and finish everything that I have started and I've got sat on my currently reading list. This is one of them, and this is a book by Alexander Darwin. This released, I want to say like earlier this year. I think I received it. I was sent it by Black Crow PR and Orbit to review, and obviously I've slacked slightly on that, but life has just got a little bit too hectic for me. 2023, so my aim is to finish this. I am almost halfway through, so I will be concentrating on this for the next couple of days to get that off of my TBR, and then I will be able to move on to the sequel. So the other thing is that this book, and actually The Bitter Crown, today is the UK release date for both of these books. I've posted about it on my Instagram already today. I have featured it in my reel for the day. I've spoken a lot about it. But this is the sequel to Combat Codes. This is Graver's Blood, book 2 in the trilogy. What is the trilogy called? Oh, just the Combat Codes trilogy. Can't tell you a lot about this, obviously, because it's a sequel and you can't say things about sequels, really. But I will be picking this up as soon as I finish... well, not as soon as I finish Combat Codes. Basically, the plan is to finish Combat Codes, and then I've got a couple of other things to tick off, and then I will go from there. I am doing sprints this weekend, actually, with the lovely Lisa, which will have already happened by the time you see this, but I'm hoping to sprint for at least like 5-6 hours. I am starting sprints at 12. I've never hosted sprints before in my life, so hopefully it goes okay, but my aim is to get through quite a few things, pretty much. I have got about 6 Sphinx books to read, so I'm kind of interspersing them between my finishing off my TBR list. So there's that, I can read them. I will probably try and read a couple of them and then like swap backwards and forwards between things, quite possibly. And then I am going to move on to some other things that I've been sent to review this year that unfortunately I haven't got around to. Then once all that's done, I will also move on to The Bitter Crown, which also, like I just said, releases today by Justin Lee Anderson. So this is the sequel to The Lost War. I was very kindly sent an arc of both of these by Orbit as well, so I got sent a copy of The Lost War earlier in the year, and then I got a finished copy which is actually behind me, I think. Is this it? Yeah, it is a finished copy of that as well, so I can have the completed series on my shelf once I have read them. So obviously I've read this close enough that I don't need a refresher for this, so that is good. We enjoy that greatly, so I will be able to dip right into The Bitter Crown as soon as I can. And I'm hoping that I won't have too much. The thing is, right, at the minute, my camera just tried to shut me up. One, it stopped recording because my card was full, and then it told me that the battery was dying. But anyways, is anyone else feeling flat? Because at the minute, that's just kind of how I'm feeling. Maybe it's because I'm like really excited for Christmas and this is the calm before the storm. I'm not too sure, but I'm kind of feeling like that a little bit at the minute with a lot of things. Obviously I'm trying to do the vlogging every day thing, which I've never tried to attempt before. That is my phone holder directly behind my head. That's distracting. Obviously I've never done this before, and I am actually enjoying it, although I do find that my life is rather boring most days, if I'm completely honest. So they're interesting to film. And then yeah, there's so much that I want to read, but I'm just not. And maybe it's because I'm not reading, I don't know, maybe I'm now in a book hangover. I don't think so. I don't think I'm in a book hangover at all, actually, if I'm honest. But maybe I need to swap between like the adult fantasy of which I'm reading and maybe do some like more happy-go-lucky things, because a lot of the stuff on my list is adult fantasy. But maybe after I finish Combat Codes I will go in a different direction, or maybe I'll pick something else up this evening and see if that like brings me back to wanting to read adult fantasy. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I will be able to tell you tomorrow. I don't really think I'm going to talk much more on here today, if I'm honest, because I have books to read and I need to really put on like an ambient room and just get on with that. But yeah, I just don't want to fall behind on everything, because I'm suddenly putting a lot more on my plate than I probably should be. but I don't really know how else to be, if I'm honest. So yeah, anyways, there's that. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna go downstairs. Yeah, it's after 5, so I am good to go downstairs, and put an ambient room on and maybe try and get some reading done, and then we'll go from there. But otherwise, I'm doing okay. I finished a book this week. I found a new 5-star. I've actually finished another thing. I finished a Sphinx book, but like I said, I'm hoping to do like a whole video maybe on that. I'm not sure what I'm planning on doing at this moment in time, because I've put a lot on my plate, as I tend to do. So we're just gonna move on and act like that's not happening. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go do. Ambient room. Then tomorrow I've got more videos that I need to film. I've got some festive tag thing that I want to film, and I've got an announcement that I want to film, which will already be up. And yeah, it's gonna be good, I think. I'll see you later. Hello everyone and happy Monday. So I am here to close out this vlog. I should have done it yesterday, but I didn't because I'm a grade A vlogger, obviously. So I actually managed to achieve the goals that I set out, just not to the exact letter of which I set them out. So at the start of the week I mentioned I wanted to finish Justice of Kings. You would have already seen that I finished that. I also said I wanted to finish Combat Codes. I didn't. I finished something else instead, and I said I wanted to finish Ruins of Smoke. So I finished Ruins of Smoke. I really enjoyed it. It's a really good place to start, in my opinion. It is a prequel novella. It's been published after the first book has come out, so you can read it whichever way you wish. I haven't read the first book yet, so I read this first. I think this gives a really good overall view in the world, some of the magic system, some of the concepts that are put in place for this world, different creatures, that sort of thing. What I really like as well about this book, and it's in the first one as well, is that creatures that are mentioned within the book are actually added as drawings in the front, so that you can actually picture what you're imagining, because obviously fantasy creatures, unless they're something pretty standard that a lot of people kind of have an understanding about, sometimes it can be quite difficult to picture what exactly the author is describing to you. So I have finished this. I really enjoyed it. I will have more information about this when Sphinx is done. And then the other book that I managed to finish that wasn't Combat Codes was this, which was The House in the Cerulean Sea. I gave this 5 stars again. I'm very glad that I reread it. I did really enjoy it. Nice, happy, feel-good book, and one to cross off my never-ending currently reading list, which is very, very good because I need to get that list down. I have just done some soft DNFs as well on some books that I have started throughout the year that were on my currently reading list that I just haven't got very far with at all, so I want to actually give them more time, maybe next year. One of them being Of Ivory and Shadow, I think, which is an indie book. The premise of it is really, really interesting. I just haven't picked it up, and it's just kind of sat in my bedroom for at least a month because other things have been coming in that I need to actually read and feed back on. So I'm just trying to cut down what I'm reading so that I can give my all to Sphinx, to Spiffbo, and then my review copies that I've been sent, so I can round out the year in a really, really good place, which is the aim. So I'm literally going to end this vlog here and then start a new vlog because I have got a delivery, so make sure you come back next Monday. But this is the 1st December vlog. I'm really a bad vlogger. I should have actually vlogged yesterday because I did my Christmas wrapping, but if you didn't know, I am uploading little reels and shorts of my days every single day up until Christmas Day. So if you want to check them out, they're here on this channel or they're on my Instagram, which is always linked down below if you want to go and check that out. Otherwise, that is everything for this week, really. Come back tomorrow for a Spiffbo 9 review, and then we are straight on into the countdown to Christmas content. So I am working away. Obviously, I'm at work today. It's a Monday. This is just my break, and then I will be editing my Spiffbo review and my countdown to Christmas content after work. So yeah, make sure you come back tomorrow, and then pretty much you've got content every single day up until Christmas Eve on this channel, as in full-length videos, and then shorts will carry on until Christmas Day. So that is everything for this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below of something that you're aiming to finish before the end of the year. If you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me. I don't know if there are wrapping emojis, but maybe like paper or tape or something, because I did that yesterday and I'm feeling very accomplished actually. If you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing it down below and ring that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. Like I said, every single day now until Christmas Eve. So make sure you come back tomorrow for my Spiff by 9 review and then the countdown to Christmas content. But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I hope you're having an amazing day and I'll see you tomorrow with a review. Bye!